It's 2 times over dumb shit. I'ma shame my son, call another nigga pops. Cause his mom still bitter, we didn't work it out.
What's up, everybody? What's up, YouTube? Good morning. What's up, YouTube? What's up, IG? What's up, Bigo? Thank you guys for tuning in this morning again to another episode of The Ash Show. Now, you guys know I have to be careful what I say and how I say, because I am probably one of the most censored, okay? Shout out to my boy, Ricky. He's sitting in the shirt. Y'all see what the shirt say? You need to be strapped. Y'all need to be strapped. Y'all need to be strapped, okay? Shout out to my boy, Ricky, for the shirt. And we're going to talk about why you need to be strapped, because we have so many topics to talk about this morning. But before we even get into that, let me just say this. I think in every generation, there is a need for a voice like mine, right? I don't have the popular opinion, but it kind of reminds me of when I was younger and people used to tell me things that were good for me, but I was just living in my own life. Like I didn't see what they were saying, but it came back around. There's going to be a need for a voice like mine in every generation to wake up the masses, okay? So before we even get into it, because we got a lot to get into and a lot to cover this morning, shout out to everybody in the chat, everybody that's tuning in, my moderators, people that support the channel. Listen, they got on me. I was on Bingo the other day. They got on me. They was like, Angela, it'd be nice. I sent you a dragon and you didn't even say thank you. And I just wanted to say that I am not ignoring anybody, but y'all know when I get into these topics and I got all these different platforms going, it's hard for me to just see every gift every time it come through or see exactly when somebody supports the channel. But what I will do and what I promise to do on this stream and moving forward is making sure that I shout out the people. I guess I can go through the list. I can find it that do support. But if I forget you, it's not because I've forgotten you. Okay. It's just because I'm trying to get these topics out and I don't see everything going at the same time. Okay. But this also, I want to say that what's happening with our children, with our culture, like all of this is a mass awakening for us all. What's happening with Kanye? Because guess what? I'm not going to stand with the establishment to tear Kanye down. It don't matter if I agree with what he say or not. I don't have to agree with what Kanye say to agree with his right to say it. And most of what Kanye say, I actually do agree with. But I'm not finna get ready to stand with the establishment once again, tearing the black man down, because at the end of the day, we know they was already on him, but it wasn't really until they say he made anti-Semitic comments, let them tell it. I don't know what happened. I ain't had nothing to do with it. Don't nobody flag my channel, okay? But I'm just saying. All right, so listen, before we get started, let's talk about some positive affirmations. Let's get it off, okay? 247 people on YouTube. We already know how they do you, girl. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, y'all subscribe. IG, y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, help your girl out. Bigo, make sure y'all do the same, like, share, subscribe. Run me up on the bean, support the channel. IG, they don't give y'all no way to support the channel, but you can support the channel by spreading the word. YouTube, y'all already know what to do. Mods, y'all got the Cash App. The channel is not monetized, so you won't see no super chats going up across the screen. But if you feel led to support, then do so. If you don't, guess what? I'm still going to be here in the community doing my thing. Now, positive affirmations. My positive affirmation this morning is I just thank God for being in my right mind. Right? I'm in my right mind this morning. That's my positive affirmation. I'm in my right mind. Let me see some positive affirmations going in the comments, and then we can go ahead and get started with our topics, which we got a lot of them. We got 2 rappers that were arrested for apparently attacking a YouTuber, and this guy allegedly they say had raped some little boy in the community. I don't know what's going on. We're gonna look into that. We got a video of some school-age children in DC on the metro bus. On the metro bus, there's an elderly lady. I guess they had just got out of school. There's an elderly lady on the bus with them. She's in the back. She asked them to stop cursing, baby. And these are our children, okay? These are our children, and we need to talk about it. The lady asked them to stop cussing, y'all. Do you know they grabbed that lady by the collar, by her neck, kicked her, threw her off of the bus, left her laying on the side of the street. Bus driver didn't even do anything to help. Do you hear me? We got full video of that. We're going to get into that. Kim Klacik up there in Baltimore, who y'all know was running for office. She released a video on her page the other day of a young woman actually smoking marijuana with some toddlers. It looks like a 1-year-old or 2-year-old. They're looking for this woman. We're going to get into that. There's another drag show that took place in Texas. And this is a Republican state. There's a drag show that took place in Texas for children. We have the video. Not only is the guy dancing to a very sexually explicit song about being a munch, as our girl Ice Spice say up there in New York. You thought I was feeling you? That nigga munch. Okay, so they're dancing to a sexually explicit song. And this man literally is swinging balls in front of children. We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about that. I don't think anybody signed up for this. Another report is coming out that there is a woman apparently that went for a BBL and I guess ended up having her kidney stolen. We need to get into that. Also, the Transgender Bill of Rights. This is something that's being pushed through by the Democrat Party. We need to pull up the actual bill, look through it, read through it, see how it impacts us, see how it impacts our communities, and see what it means for our children in America. We're going to talk about the Kanye West. My boy, West Coast Cam, posted a video that we're going to share about Kanye West responding to all of the backlash that he's receiving. We're going to play that, get into that, and then we're going to have a very, very special guest. Tanisha Robinson, the owner of Royal Holistics, is going to be joining us after we get through some of these topics, so she can tell us about some natural ways that we can begin to heal our body. So shout out to everybody that put their positive affirmations in the comments. We thank God for waking us up, for bringing us together once again. It is a lot of crazy stuff going on, y'all. And I just want to say, if you don't have a relationship with God, I'm not talking about religion, I'm talking about relationship. If you don't have a relationship with God, you need to get a relationship with God. You need to get a relationship with God, and you need to make sure that you're praying over your house. You need to pray over your children, because it is a lot of evil going on, and I don't care what y'all believe. You got to feel and know there's something not right. Anytime there's a direct attack on the most vulnerable, which is children and babies. And I'm going to tell you something. Listen, I never thought I would live to see some of this stuff in my lifetime. Like, I remember when I was younger, because my mother was a preacher and a prophet, and my grandmother and man, we had to go to church. I was in church Sunday. I think I might have had Monday off, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 more times on Sunday. I was one of those kids that was in church all the time, and they always used to be like, these are the last days. These are the last days. The rapture coming, the rapture coming. You used to be like, oh, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now, read that Bible again, remembering what I've read and seeing how a lot of this stuff is coming to pass, seeing it with your own eyes, not just hearing about it, but seeing it, it makes you be like, whoa. So if you do not have religion, seek relationship. Okay, y'all, let's get into it. Let's go. If you are on Bigo and if you are on IG, unfortunately, you may not be able to see the videos and the clips that we're going to play. Because one thing I hate doing is having to stop and constantly turn these cameras around for y'all to see. I'm going to do it this one time, and then we'll get back on it because I know y'all want to see these videos. Y'all hold on for us 1 second. Let me get these people right here switched around a little bit. Okay. Got y'all switched. Okay, there you go, IG. Now let me get Bigo together over here. All right, Bigo, there you go. Oh, Bigo, you got a good view. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Let's get this together. All right, there we go. Let's get this show started, y'all. Let me go ahead and put up the Cash App. For those of you that want to support, I surely do appreciate the support. You know that I do. Let's get into this. Our very first story I think I want to talk about is let's talk about this post right here. I know what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about these rappers. Let's get into this. Okay, so Say Cheese TV, which is kind of like a hip-hop blog, a hip-hop outlet that's on IG. They have a huge following. They usually kind of keep us up to date with what's going on in the world of hip-hop and culture. So Slat Zai, maybe that's how you pronounce it. It says is wanted for allegedly kidnapping and robbing a blogger at gunpoint for his chain gun money and posting a video bragging about it, which led to warrants. They're saying that he is facing 75 years. Now, the first thing I go to thinking is, why do y'all always do stuff and then post it on IG? But then when you click to the next slide, you hear what they had to say and what they posted. And that's going to bring us into our whole conversation today. Let's go.
Yesterday we took his chain, took the nigga flick, took his YouTube play, all that shit. But like it's the principle, it ain't even about him being gay. We ain't got shit against gay motherfuckers. It's just about touching on kids and shit for his little boy. And you know the nigga was saying team. Yeah, you know it, like he telling her like, bro, like, why you did, nigga ain't have no good excuse on why you did it. We took all of that shit though. We got the video footage. Y'all niggas want that shit. Come with that bag.
So the moral of the story is these two guys right here, fair use, and shout out to Say Cheese, y'all go follow the platform. But here's the thing. Apparently they're accusing some blogger of raping a little boy in the neighborhood, right? Violating him. And so they decided to take matters into their own hands. And not only did they decide to take matters into their own hands, they posted a video about it. And this is the day and age that we are living in. Our children live and do everything on the internet. Like they live their whole lives on the internet. Everything is not for the internet. Not that I am condoning or justifying. But how dumb can you be? That's that story. That's that story. You got these two gonna take matters into their own hands in regards to something that took place involving a blogger and a child that was violated in the neighborhood. Let's get into this video right here, y'all, about what they did to this woman on the school bus. And warning, put fair use mods where y'all at, fair use, and this is graphic. Okay, so if you're sensitive, you might want to just log off for a minute. If you're sensitive, you might want to log off for a minute. We talk about white supremacy all the time. We on the front line to fight against white supremacy. I'm all that. But we also need to be on the front line to fight against this. This makes absolutely no sense, which is one of the reasons why we got to get to a point where we stop being divided by color and just start being divided by the difference between good and evil. It don't matter what color you are. You do some shit like this, you see, there I go cussing already. Now I promised the Lord I wasn't gonna cuss this morning. Lord, I promise you that one just slipped out. I wasn't even trying. Sometimes it just come out on its own. But thank you for catching me. But come on, if you do something like this, this is just pure evil. Let's go. Now, let me tell you all what's happening if you all don't understand. This is an elderly woman that is riding the local school bus, okay? Local school bus. She's on the back of the bus with some of our unruly, disrespectful children that need to be in juvenile detention center somewhere, okay? Let's just be honest. She has asked the children to be respectful and stop cussing. Now, the first thing I thought of was one of y'all heroes, Rosa Parks. This is happening. This is in Washington, D.C. This is the Metro bus in D.C. Listen, I thought about Rosa Parks. Now, I had always been told this story, although I didn't live to witness it, about this Black woman that refused to give up her seat. And this is one of our civil rights icons. You mean to tell me that we have gone from Rosa Parks to your own people, our own children now? Y'all so disrespectful. Y'all so unmanageable. Y'all so grown, can't nobody tell y'all nothing. Y'all so dysfunctional that an elderly woman asks you to stop cussing and y'all gonna grab the lady by her neck and kick her off the bus. Now, let me tell you the flip side of that. We don't know who mama this is. We don't know who auntie this is. We don't know who grandmama this is. And see, now your disrespectful, unruly children done brought a problem to your door because, baby, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. But Lord knows it couldn't have been my granny. May she rest in peace. Lord knows it couldn't have been my mama. May she rest in peace. Now, mama, daddy, whoever, now these folk finna come to your door and be all in your business because of your unruly, disrespectful children. But let me also tell you something about them unruly, disrespectful children. It's only so much they allow you to do as a parent before they go to screaming abuse. Now, had the police pulled up and shot one of them, they would have legally been able to get away with it. But if you beat their ass up, there I go again. Yeah, let me just, Lord, just please just clean my mouth out, Lord. Please just clean my mouth out, Lord. But if you discipline them, you going to jail. You can't put your hands on them. But the police can kill them by law. We got a problem, America. We have a problem. Now, I'm going to tell you what's sad, because it looks to me like these are young men. These young Black men grabbing this elderly woman's hand off of the door, off of the bar, kicking her out. The girls in the background screaming, drag her ass. See, this is a problem when everything is out of order. This is a problem when everything is out of order, because see, when these little boys grow up, they're going to be beating somebody's daughter, whoever they're in a relationship with. Beating their wives, probably beating how is there no longer any type of respect? No morals. An elderly lady asks you to stop cussing. Yes, ma'am. Y'all chill out. Wait till she get off the bus. Heathens. Look at what they did to this woman.
On everything.
And he got the nerve to be kicking her off the bus with his ass showing. There I go again. There I go again. His behind showing. He's sagging. You don't even understand the whole concept of sagging. Here you are, your whole behind out, your pants, your belt buckle wrapped around your knees, and you got the nerve to be kicking somebody mama off the bus that done paid their fare. This woman paid her fare. This ain't white supremacy. These ain't white men in KKK hoods snatching nobody off the bus, leaving them dead on the side of the street, beating them and kicking them after they done paid their fare. This is the new KKK. If that ain't hate, tell me what is. We need to be just as upset about this as we are about white supremacy. Children out here out of line, out of order, no respect, no morals, no values, no regard for life. We lost. Then probably went home and sat down at your mama's table and ate your food and did your homework like you ain't done nothing.
Thank you,
I refuse to watch that again. I refuse to watch that again. I refuse to watch that again. Somebody said, I wish she would have been on. Exactly. And that's why I got on this shirt. Y'all need to be strapped. And see, the next thing you know, you're going to be turning around crying somebody done shot your child dead, just like the police officer, right? But we got some issues that we need to fix. Because if I can't discipline my children in my household, what make you think you can discipline, right? If they don't respect me and there are no boundaries when it comes to me as the parent, because we can be clear, parents are losing their parental rights, right? We lost our parental rights when they was telling us in school, we was losing our parental rights when they told us in school, if your mama hits you, call 911. You remember they taught us that. Told everybody, if your mama hits you, call 911. We all went through that. Now, I understand that there's an issue to protect some children that are abused, but there's a difference between abuse and discipline. You send your children to the military, they're going to be disciplined. You send them to jail, they're going to be disciplined. You send them to prison, they're going to be disciplined. They can be disciplined everywhere, but in your own house, you act up in jail, they're going to put you in a cage and leave you locked in there for 23 hours a day. Might even put you in a hole. You act up in your mama house and she puts you in your room and lock you in there for 23 hours. It's child abuse. If she take the door off because you disrespectful, it's child abuse. If you go to prison and you buck on the security guards in the prison, you're going to turn around and it's going to be 7 to 8 of them with batons and everything getting you in line. You buck on your mama or your daddy, they go get a baton. Oh, baby, they going to jail. You want my child to respect you the whole while they disrespecting me. We upset about white supremacy. That's cool. You know, I'm upset about what happened in Buffalo, New York, about that white boy shooting up and killing those elders that ain't nobody still done nothing about. Our government, nobody, right? Okay. But I'm as upset with this. It don't make it no better because they're black children. It don't make it no better. How do you justify that? The mayor of DC is black. Why is she not talking about it? Why they ain't in jail? Why they ain't locked up? Why is that not a hate crime? All right, y'all, let's keep on going. Woo! Speaking of hate crimes, let's get into this. Kimberly Klasick shared a video, and apparently everyone is looking for this woman. This woman is seen on video smoking marijuana with some very, very young children, and they are trying to get this woman identified. Everybody, you are tuned into the Ash Show. We talking about what's going on with our children in America. Let's go.
He fell in the mud. He fell as fuck. Oh yeah, big ass. Yeah. Come on, baby. Oh, he fell in the mud. He fell as fuck. Oh yeah, big ass.
Yeah, we got some stuff that we got to deal with in our community. Like I said, they're looking for this woman. I don't know who kids they are. I don't know who keeping the kids. I don't know if they kids. I don't know if them are girlfriend kids. I don't know who kids it is. But they're looking for that woman. If you happen to know who that is in the video, somebody please report it. And the fact that the baby knew how to inhale and blow it out of his nose. And they sitting around laughing about it. The other baby coughing. She don't know what she doing. But the other baby, the first baby, knew how to inhale and blow it out of his nose. Y'all, it's a lot going on. All right, if you all have not been following my Instagram page, you need to be following my Instagram page because this is where I post a lot of stuff about what's going on in our communities. The next post that I'm getting ready to post is these drag shows for kids, which are getting completely out of hand. As you all know, I ended up being at one in Miami at the Palace Bar about a year and a half ago. It went live. Couldn't believe what I saw with the children. It's still happening. This is happening in Texas. Make sure that you all are following my IG. It's Ask Show TV. Now, let me give you guys some context before we get into this clip, okay? This is a family-friendly drag show event, okay? In this clip, it appears to me that he is actually swinging his balls in front of children. Now, you can see right there behind the arrow, there is a very small child, looks to be 3 or 4. My understanding is that there are children throughout the audience. Now, what also is particularly funny to me is the looks on the faces of the women that happen to be sitting at the table with this young lady, but no one gets up and says anything or does anything, guys. Let's go. You're not going to believe this. Now, mind you, before he lifts up his skirt to wiggle his ball back and forth, listen to the song that's playing. It said, pussy good, pussy sweet, pussy get enough to eat. See, that's why these crazy men out here thanking these doggone black women. That's why when we read the bio the other day of the fat, I'm not calling him fat, he called himself fat. In the bio, he said when he was a fat, queer, and non-binary, inclusive educator for middle school children. That's what he said. And he said that he wanted to thank black women. This is, see, because apparently the music is empowering him to put on a dress and pull up his skirt and wiggle his ball back and forth. Now, not only are the children in here, but look at the black women in the front like, y'all ain't got nothing else to do. Giving them money to wiggle a ball in front of your face with a wig, bitch. Lord, child, that's too much. While we on this page, we're gonna get back to this though. I want to tell y'all, you know, elections is right around the corner. Okay, don't forget that the Democrats is out here twerking for elections. Okay, this is Senator Rhode Island District 6. Okay, Tierra Mack. Make sure you go to her page. I tagged her. She says that she is the first black queer abortion funder on her page. She literally twerks for abortion, twerking for abortion, asking people for votes. When y'all go vote in this election, you need to make sure that your vote counts. Come on, let's get to it. This is what you want.
Senator Mack.
Now, I don't know what the hair growth is right here on the inner part of the thigh. I don't know what that is. I don't know where it came from. I don't know, but she want to make sure y'all vote for her, and this is what she offering.
Senator Mack.
All righty, y'all. Don't forget. Now, our children. It's a lot going on with our children. I got another clip. I want to show y'all what's going on with our children. I got another clip now. Listen, now y'all know that the Democrats, this is their whole thing. This is what they pushing. I'm not sitting up here hating. I'm just saying, like, we got to vote for policy this go round. We can't vote for people. Let me show y'all another clip about what's going on with this stuff, this LGBTQ drag show for all stuff that's going on with these children now. Because we think we look and they like, oh, it's just the white people. No, it ain't just the white people. Let me show y'all what's going on. Busting the split, bust. Look at the baby. Look, busted wide open. Listen, look. Now, this is what I can't understand. They blocked the Bigo live. That's cool. Listen, this is what I can't understand. What makes a grown man, right, want to put on revealing clothing and go twerk and bust his legs open and split and put his ass in the air for children? That's what I want to know. What makes any grown adult want to do this in front of children? That's what I'm asking this morning. Come on, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. Okay, now, whether you know or not, okay, there are a couple of bills being pushed forth by the Democrats. There is also a transgender Bill of Rights that they are pushing. I want you all to hear from Governor Youngkin about what's going on with this bill, and then we're going to also read through it because we got a guest coming up in a little bit. But check this out.
26 days and counting. I want to take you back 2 years ago. This is the state of Virginia, the presidential level, where Joe Biden beat Donald Trump in the state of Virginia by 10 points. All right. Now we are, 2 years removed from that? But last year, in that same state, Glenn Youngkin came out of nowhere. He ran the table on Terry McAuliffe and flipped the state. That's a twin. She's a Republican. She's got an uphill climb. Republicans haven't seen a statewide candidate win in Washington State, I think, in 21 years. She told us we are the party for the parents. Now, that worked for you a year ago. Will it work again in 26 days?
Yeah, absolutely it will. And I continue to hear it from Virginians. And as I've been able to campaign for a number of governors around the country, it is one of, if not the top issue, along with inflation and the economy. And of course, what we've seen time and time again is bureaucrats and politicians from the left liberal Democrats trying to push parents out of their children's lives. And parents, not Republicans, not just moderates, but all parents across party lines are standing up and saying, we won't have it anymore. I think this is a top issue for Republicans. I think it's a winning issue for Republicans. And by the way, not just in 2022, but as we look forward to future elections, we are going to see Republican education plans be the winning plan and Democrats lose their historic advantage in education.
We recently talked to some people that are working on bringing back phonics to elementary school education to research. It is China that is leading the challenge. If current trends remain the same, we would see China overtaking the U.S. in the coming years. So from preschool through college, we are doing worse than we were before. So how urgent is it that people try to pay attention to this and do something about it?
Yeah, this is a huge wake-up call for America. And we answered it in Virginia last year. We passed the Virginia Literacy Act to bring the science of reading, otherwise
Oh, they're saying I don't have any sound. Oh my God, but was y'all reading with me? Because all I was doing was reading it. All I was doing was reading it. And I hope that y'all was reading it. I said, let me stop right here and let's just go ahead and read into this. But basically it's talking about the Democrat governor who plans to introduce a bill that could potentially hit parents who refuse to affirm their child's sexual orientation or gender identity, right? With misdemeanor or a felony in the state's upcoming legislative session. This is what the Democrats are proposing, okay? This is what the Democrats are proposing, all right? And this is why we all need to stand up and find out what's going on in our schools, because here's the thing. Nobody is sending their child to school for their sexual orientation or gender identity to be affirmed. Can we be clear on that? No, they're saying that if your son tell you he a girl and you tell him that he a boy, that they gonna hit you with a misdemeanor or a felony for child abuse. Are y'all listening? Do y'all understand how serious and how real this is? We're not talking about your adult children coming telling you that this is their lifestyle, how they live. We talking about your minor children, your baby children that you putting in preschool, that you putting in elementary school, right? That you putting in middle school. Now, they want us to think you can't trust this man, this face right here on the screen because he's a white Republican, but he is actually fighting against these people wanting to have complete and total control over your children and for you to lose all of your parental rights. How does this even make sense? How can someone affirm your child's sexual identity, anybody other than you? These people ain't in the delivery room when y'all giving birth to y'all children. These people aren't in the home with you and your children for the first 2 years of their life while you nursing your baby, raising your baby, teaching your baby. This is not the job of the Board of Education or the government. And then to tell you as the parent that you don't have the right. See, this is where me and some of my Democrat friends and buddies don't see eye to eye, because it's like, I understand y'all Democrat, but can y'all vote against this? Like, I'm not asking you to change your party, but can you vote against this? Why are you with this just because you're a Democrat? Why are you with parents, us, your friends, your family, your loved ones? Why are you against us losing our rights to parent our children? So you're going to force them into a choice of identity, and then you're going to force us to give them gender affirming care. So once you send your son to school and they have convinced your son that he is actually a girl, then all of a sudden DFACS is at your door, and now you are being forced by the government to give your child puberty blockers. You're being forced by the government to call your child by the name that they chose. Excuse me, I carried 5 children. If I carried you for 9 months, if I nursed you, and if I raised you, that is my reward to be able to name you. Now, when you become an adult, if you want to change your name, God knows you have every right to do that. But I have the right to name you. They want us focused on racism while we are losing our own rights to our children. Let's get into this bill right quick and cover what some of this stuff talks about. And it's really, really tricky, so we got to pay attention. That's why y'all know when I get it, I go into it, and we're going to break it all the way down. Now, what I thought was very, very, very alarming was the very, very, very first line of the bill. This is House Resolution 1209. House Resolution 1209. You guys can go pull this up, because of course I know we won't be able to read through the entire thing, but I want you guys to be able to go and look at this. You can also see who introduced this bill. You can see who the sponsor of this bill is. Jayapal Pramila. This is a Democrat out of Washington. Okay. You can see who the co-sponsors are on the bill. All right. It's 97 co-sponsors on this bill. Okay. You can go pull up who the co-sponsors are, and it'll show you. Okay. Democrat. When you see a D right here next to the name, that means that's a Democrat. These are all Democrat. I know a lot of our friends are Democrats. I know that we love them, our family, but when you get ready to come against our children, that's where we have to draw the line. All 97 of these, Democrat, 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 all your favorite Democrats. Look, Georgia, right there. Nikema Williams is a sponsor for this bill. See, This one y'all messed up getting Nikema Williams in office and not me. Because see, I would have been voting to economically empower our communities. I would have been voting for Black children to live, not be sexually transitioned. But this what y'all wanted. So they say, if they didn't cheat. I mean, y'all telling me this what Black people in Georgia wanted, right? Sponsored the bill, okay? Right there, Nikema Williams. Black people out here dying, Black babies being aborted. They talking about Black women dying 3 times likely to white women, regardless of income or education. And this is what Nikema Williams is voting on. But anyway, Democrat. All sponsors of this bill, each and every last one of the sponsors on this bill are sitting Democrats in office. Now, let's get into this and let's read this bill. All right? Recognizing that it is the duty of the federal government to develop and implement a transgender bill of rights to protect and codify the rights of transgender and non-binary people under the laws and ensure their access to medical care, shelter, safety, and economic security. Now, I'm sure that this is something that is already provided to people based off of race, based off of whatever, sex, you got LGBTQ, whatever. The fact that these people believe that we need a transgender bill of rights, like you who's going to deny you access to medical care? You already covered. You're a man, whether you Black, whether you white, whatever. Shelter, you're a man, you're a woman. It's already available to you. Safety, you're a man. Like, I don't understand. Let's keep on. Recognizing that it is the federal, okay, we heard that. They said it's an estimated 1.4 million transgender adults living in the United States. Now, let's be very clear with this statement because it says adults. So one would make you think that this bill was just for adults, but we're going to read on because we'll see where it's not, okay? It talks about how, you know, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 requires equal treatment under the law regardless of sex, which is true, but you all are now redefining the definition of sex. You're redefining the definition of sex. It says, whereas the Supreme Court affirmed on Bostock versus Clayton County that federal protection against discrimination on the basis of sex includes protection from discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation or gender identity, okay? Whereas despite these protections, transgender people, not adults, still experience discrimination in medical care, employment, housing, education, lending, other basic necessities. Whereas the right of transgender and non-binary people to seek life-saving, gender-affirming care and counseling is under threat across the nation. Whereas transgender and non-binary people face significant barriers to legal recognition of their truest selves. Black people up here getting shot dead in the grocery store. Black people up here getting shot dead in the grocery store. And while Black people are getting shot dead in the grocery store, the Democrats are putting and introducing legislation that would allow transgender people to change their ID and their birth certificates. Let's get into this. It is the duty of the federal government to protect the rights of transgender and non-binary people, ensuring transgender and non-binary people have access to services and public accommodations that align with their gender identity. Amending the Civil Rights Act. Let's be clear. So the Civil Rights Act is already in place. They want to amend it to prohibit discrimination on the basis of sex, to include, of course, gender identity and sex characteristics in public accommodations and federally funded programs and activities. That's in anything that's offered by the government. That's your schools, that's your gyms, that's some of these nonprofit organizations that's being funded. That's everything that's in your government system. Expanding the definition of public accommodation to address the full range in places and services that members of general public utilize. Explicitly clarifying that it is illegal to discriminate on the basis of sex, including gender identity and sex characteristics. Now, somebody tell Nikema Williams then we still ain't got an anti-Black American hate crime bill. We still ain't got protection and provisions for being Black. But every time we turn around, they talking about Black Lives Matter. If you're a Black person, you're oppressed. If you're a Black person, you're suppressed. If you're a Black person, you're going to die having your baby. If you're a Black person, you need to go have an abortion. If you're a Black person, you're going to jail. If you're a Black person, you ain't going to never be able to be nothing. Okay? Can we get something that actually protects and empowers and uplifts and provides? Since y'all always using Black people. Let's go. Amending federal education laws. Let's be clear. Amending, this is what your Democrats are introducing into legislation. While they're telling you the Republicans are racist, this is what they're doing to your children. This is why Nikema Williams refused to debate me. Amending federal education laws to ensure that they protect students from discrimination based on sex, including gender identity and sex characteristics. First of all, why are you characterizing my child by sex? I'm sending my child to school to get an education, to learn. I am not sending my child to school for you or the schoolhouse or anyone to characterize my child based off of sex. The only sex you need to be characterizing them off of is male or female, not gay sex, not bisexual sex, not lesbian sex, not transsexual, not pansexual, just male or female. Listen to this next part. Black people getting shot dead in the head in the grocery store in Buffalo, New York, and this is what your Democrats are introducing. Participate in sports on teams that best align with their gender identity. Use school facilities that best align with their gender identity. Now, y'all remember in the beginning, they made it seem like this was all about adults. Now we see that this is about our children. So not only is Nikema Williams an open spokesperson for Planned Parenthood, she also up here advocating and introducing legislation to put Big Willie in the bathroom with your daughter. Not only is she advocating to put Big Willie in the bathroom with your daughter, she also wants Big Willie on the wrestling team with your daughter. She wants Big Willie on the track team with your daughter. She wants Big Willie on the swim team with your daughter. She wants Big Willie in the boxing match against your daughter. Your daughter ain't no match for Big Willie. Ensuring transgender and non-binary people can care for themselves and their families by fully codifying. So we got homeless people sleep on the streets. We got children in juvenile detention centers across the nation with nowhere to go. And their point is to make sure that non-binary people can care for themselves. Not just people, but if you're non-binary, so now you gotta not know shit. There I go again. I'm sorry. You don't know whether you're a girl or a boy. You don't know whether your name Tom, whether your name John, whether your name Sally, whether your name Sue. You just non-binary. You just exist. You don't know. You might be a cat today, a person tomorrow, a dog Wednesday, a horse on Thursday. You just don't know. This is what they advocating for our children in school. Eliminating hiring and employment discrimination and workforce exclusion by amending the Fair Housing Act. So now if you're non-binary or you're transgender or you don't know whatever you is, Now you get housing before the homeless people on the street. Codifying the housing and urban development department to equal access. Urban development, that's something that was created for Black people that didn't have nowhere to go. HUD, housing programs. Amending it, changing it. Amending the equal credit opportunity. Now, your credit all depending on whether or not you're non-binary or transgender. I ain't seen no bill like this whatsoever. Okay, let's keep going. Can I see a bill like this specifically for Black people, for all of these people that's talking about Black Lives Matter? I'm just asking. Recognize the right to body autonomy and ethical health care for transgender. Listen, man, if you're a woman and you want to have an abortion, that's your business. That like that. We don't have to say you a man or you a woman that was a man and now you want to have an abortion. Like all that don't make no sense. Strengthening, implementing, and enforcing prohibitions on discrimination and the provision of health care. All of this is based off of transgender non-binary. Listen, we're going to keep going. 1209, Transgender Bill of Rights, sponsored by all Democrats. Ensuring healthcare providers following standards of care for transgender and non-binary people are not targeted for criminal or civil penalties or professional discipline. That means that if your minor child go and sign some paperwork and decide that they want to cut their breast off to become a man, that you as a parent can't go after them. That means if your little boy decide he want to go take some puberty blockers and he taking puberty blockers and all of a sudden he on hormones and he grows some titties. I don't know if that's the right word, Lord. That helped me be more professional. And he grows some breasts. And then by the time he's 19, he decide he actually want to be a boy, but his penis has not grown and he got a little shrimp. That means he can't go back and sue the doctors for giving him puberty blockers. This means that if they perform a surgery on a minor and it causes a problem, that minor or their parents cannot come back and hold the physician accountable. Are you listening to me? Now, all of a sudden, codifying Roe v. Wade got something to do with the Transgender Bill of Rights. The women having a right and a choice to abort their babies somehow now has something to do with the Transgender Bill of Rights. Codifying Roe v. Wade, guaranteeing the right to abortion, and codifying the right to reproductive health care such as birth control, fertility treatments for everyone, including transgender and non-binary people. Black people getting shot dead in the head shopping for groceries. Black people getting shot dead in the head in South Carolina going to church. You mean to tell me the only time the Democrats gonna show up for Black people, always screaming Black Lives Matter, is when it's time for them to abort or sexually transition their children? I know the devil is a lie. Banning the use of forced surgery that violates medical ethics and human rights on intersex children and infants. Now, somehow, they can't ban these doctors from killing these Black women that's going in the hospital giving birth to their babies, because let them tell it, we are 3 times likely to die giving birth to our children compared to white women, regardless of income or education. That's up on the White House right now. Raphael Warnock said it when he was arguing in his debate. Stacey Abrams said it. They love using that. Black women dying, but y'all ain't doing nothing to stop Black women from dying. Providing accessible venues for legal recognition of transgender and non-binary identities. Listen to this. Listen to this. Now, I don't know how this protects Black men. I don't know. The Democrats act like they all about black men. I don't know how this protects black men. I don't know how this protects our sons. And we're going to get into this in a minute. Eliminating gender identification requirements on government documents. Hold on. We got to start the IG again. We got to start the IG again because they blocked my page. Let's go. Hold on. Let's go. All right. Eliminating gender identification requirements on government documents. Let's go on Bigo again, too. Let's go. Let's get back. We back. All right. Eliminating gender identification requirements on government documents that are necessary to determine the identity of the holder or the otherwise irrelevant to the purpose of the document. That means legally changing your ID. Now, I don't know. I know a lot of people that went to prison for having fake IDs. I know a lot of people that went to prison or caught charges for falsifying government documents, right? Let's keep on going. Eliminating burdensome barriers to updating sex and names on passports, social security cards, other forms of government identification and records, permitting where possible changes on self-attestation alone, requiring that an X marker be available on government identification and records that still require gender, eliminating the federal requirement to list a gender on a state identification, strengthening the safety of transgender and non-binary people but hold on, let me stop there. How does this proceed? This is where the trick comes in at, right? Because if you're a man or if you have a son and you meet a woman or someone that you believe is a woman and you are highly attracted to them, and let's say you marry this person, you get in a relationship with this person in hopes that you will have a family one day, and this person has never actually told you that they were naturally born a male, how is this supporting black men? How is it fair for you to not know? That's like a woman being in a relationship with a man and this man living a whole double life, and you don't, like, you telling me that these people don't have a right to know? And then you're telling me that if they are misled into believing that a transgender man who is living his life as a woman, and I may have it confused, if they're led into believing that they're with the woman and they find out it's actually a man and snap, that there is no justification? I'm listening. We got our guest in the back studio. We're going to get to her in just a moment, y'all. Royal Holistics. We're going to end this live on a positive note. Let's keep going. You guys can go pull up this bill. This is what the Democrats are introducing while black people are dying, dropping dead, playing sports. You know, black women in the hospital dying 3 times likely to white women giving birth to their children, black babies being aborted. This is what they are introducing. This is House Resolution 1209. House Resolution 1209. All Democrats. Let's get into this one story right quick before we get into our guest in the back office. I wanted to air this one really quickly, and then we got to hear Ye's response to the backlash, and then we're going to go to our guest. Look at this story here, right, y'all? A woman, this is being reported on the Black Enterprise. A woman is airing caution after her friend goes for a Brazilian butt lift and gets her kidney stolen instead. It says getting a Brazilian butt lift, commonly known as a BBL, has become a popular trend that is causing many people to go overseas in search of a cheaper way to contour their bodies. Y'all need to go watch this on YouTube. It says they sold her kidney. Her life will never be the same. Y'all need to make sure y'all go check that out. We need to be promoting awareness about what's going on. We thinking it's cool to go overseas, get these BBLs. Baby, it is a lot going on. Now, also our boy Yee, we know he is back in the news. Of course, they trying to cancel him back and right. I told you all before, I may not agree with everything, but I agree with his right to say it. I agree with a lot of what he say, and I am not for canceling Kanye West. I don't care. You don't like what he say, so what? You don't like what a lot of people say. You don't like what your mama had to say. You don't like what your ex-boyfriend had to say when he broke up with you. You don't like what your baby mama had to say when she left you. I mean, we don't have to like what they say. Canceling him? Nah, I'm not for that. Y'all, this is what he had to say. Shout out to my boy West Coast Cam. We'll get him on the show soon, too. Let's go.
Hey, to apologize for your George Floyd comments. How do you feel about that?
I feel like Black Lives Matter is like a warm water, it's a hot shower, and White Lives Matter is a cold shower. The funny thing about woke culture is woke culture is not really woke like that. A lot of times people, they would rather just exist inside of the pain of a lie than deal with the harsh realities of the truth. For us to look further, look at like JFK, how many documentaries there are on what happened there. Like, as a people, we are a sophisticated people that have to look in and be willing to challenge things, not just take what the media has fed us. The interview we had was amazing, and the exact people who sent people in the streets for Black Lives Matter were able to derail the interview and a lot of the ideas just based off the main comment. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by these people honking over here. So with Nori is my brother. He's under a lot of pressure. If you look at the first thing it says, Nori does an interview with Rosenberg. But what's the exact thing I was saying? I said the Jewish media controls so many things. It's not all the Jewish people, but there's specifically Jewish people in media that are in power that try to have, they bought the Black voice, but they haven't been able to buy my voice. So instead they blackball me, they threaten people to not interview me, they threaten people to get away from me, they close down my stadiums. Love you too, family. Love you too. Yeah. You said thinking, right? Appreciate you. Yeah, they've done all this stuff for years, messing with me, just like poking at me, like calling me out of my name. My name is Jay. Anytime they say Kanye West, I change my name. It's like Cassius Clay to Ali. You respect me as a man, as an American, that my name is Jay, that I have the right to choose what my name is. So when media does that, it's already disrespect. I love rappers. Rappers are artists. But when media calls me a rapper, specifically to not bring up the fact that I'm worth $11 billion, that I'm the richest Black man of all time, that I'm a billionaire, that I'm a tycoon, that I'm a visionary. And if I say that, if I say those three things, then they'll say I'm a narcissist, right? But they push you down so much that you got to fight just to say who you are. You know, what I got from the documentary, from the Candace Owens documentary, was I felt like it was a setup. I felt that in the documentary, if you look at it, he told his roommates they want a tall guy like me. They want a tall guy like me. Well, who is they? I'm gonna pose it as a question, as opposed to, giving you some kind of theory that I can't pinpoint. And this idea, these martyrs that we have, it's 14 kids that's dying in Chicago every single day, and they have this Jewish media, Black media, trauma culture, trauma economy, the stuff that Charlemagne the God works for, the stuff that Rosenberg works for, the stuff that academics, the guys that academics, you got to understand, all these people that y'all listening to out here, I'm going to tell y'all, they getting their checks cut, and y'all, I need y'all to really respect what I'm doing, the stuff that I'm doing and I'm saying online, and love the fact, look, I got money, I got my songs, I could go off and just go to, Hawaii and live a nice life. That means that God has called me to sacrifice all of that in order to bring the truth. That's what I'm saying. They don't cut my check. You listen to people that's getting their check cut by Jewish media. George Soros, come and meet with me directly. I told you, you ain't gonna send none of these people that you usually send. Charlemagne, we know all the names. Nori is a good guy. Like he said, he called me this morning. He said, maybe politics is a little bit too much for me. Everybody back up off of Nori. This is like he was giving a platform, right? Which no one does. There's no free thought anymore. I give you one last bar before I get on this flight. And in order for us to evolve, we have to walk forward. The left leg moving forward is the idea. The right leg moving forward is the actualization. I like the word actualization better than execution. We need the idea, we need to be realized. We need the idea, we need to be realized. Right now, the thought police have us crawling. We have stopped evolving. We have to fight for free thought, to say how we feel and act upon that. In Jesus' name, amen.
There we go. Shout out to Kanye. He telling the truth. He is a billionaire. He don't have to worry about how he gonna survive. He can sacrifice to tell the truth. But there's others of us out here that's doing the same thing. We sacrificing to tell the truth as well. And we don't have billions. You know what I'm saying? And they come after us the same way that they going after Kanye. But here's the thing, y'all. We don't have to agree with everything that Kanye said, but we can hear some of the stuff that he's saying. I think that White Lives Matter shirt, whatever, it was something to get everybody talking. It did that. But let's look at the bigger picture. This is the bigger picture. And I agree with what he said. They are sacrificing him. Like, this is another teardown of another black man that does not have free speech or free thought. It don't matter if you don't like what he said. Now, in the back studio, we have a very, very special guest, Tanisha Robinson, who is the owner of Royal Holistics, guys, and she has been creating a firestorm all over social media. This is a sister. We're going to definitely give her the floor because I think after our spirits get fed all of this stuff about what's going on in our communities, what's going on with our children, that it is important for us to come back and know that there are some people out here doing good. We get discouraged when we see all of these black leaders in government right now, and we see what they're fighting for, and it ain't for us. It's a new world order agenda that is attacking the health, the well-being, and the lives of us and our children. So I'm going to bring her on. We're going to give her the floor to let her talk about her website, Royal Holistics, why it's important for us to go back to holistic ways of healing, how it's good for our mind, bodies, and soul. Tanisha Robinson, thank you for joining the show.
Thank you so much for having me here, Queen. I've been enjoying you.
And it's we're off the grid. We're not your average show, but we talk about some things that definitely need to be discussed. I just want to kind of take myself off of the screen now. We got some people that's in the back studio that want to come up and cover some topics, and I'll give you guys a chance to come up. But let's just give this sister the floor. Tanisha, just tell us a little bit about your journey, Royal Holistics, why it's important. I'll give you the floor.
Okay, so I was prepared for an interview, you guys. So I get the floor today. So we just gonna let spirit move, and we gonna get popping when we get popping. My name is Tanisha Robinson. I have coined myself to be a holistic feminine coach. Okay, I'm the person that people come to when they are sick and tired of misdiagnosis and excessive prescriptions. Okay, I give you the knowledge and the wisdom and the empowerment that you need to ensure that you can advocate for yourself at your doctor's office. Okay, I am. Let's see, where do I start? So I've been in the holistic health industry for almost 10 years now. I started as...
Not to interrupt you, but I'm going to make me some coffee and a sandwich. So okay. You got a good 10 minutes.
Okay, good. Get your break. So I started off as, just selling supplements, right? And then as I began to be in that MLM industry, y'all know network marketing, as I began to see the culture and see that they were lying about the ingredients and so many other things, I decided to become a personal trainer because I've always had a heart to help people, y'all. I used to get in trouble for taking toys and taking deodorant and taking stuff to kids at school. So I've always had a heart to help people. And so after doing all of that, getting into personal training, my son got sick. Okay. He was almost 2. He was 2 months from being 2. And he got severely sick. Okay. We had to be admitted to the hospital emergently. And to make a long story short, I was looking at my son and he was just laying there. I could see every bone in his body. Okay. He was just laying in a pool of throw up. And I could tell that my baby was getting ready to leave here. My belief is that children are closer to the divine than we are. Okay. They have just been born here. He was only about to be 2. Okay. So he has more memory of the good of which he came from versus the stuff that he's been facing here on this earth. And so I knew that he didn't have anything to fight here for. You know, for me, I have children, I have family, I have memories, I have friends, you know, I have different connections that would give me a reason to fight if I were on my deathbed. Okay. He didn't have those things. And so that me understanding that, I knew my baby was about to give up. Okay. I could see it in his eyes. And so I just grabbed him and I told him, I said, look, baby, if you stay here with mommy, I promise you, we will never be in this situation again. And I kept my promise. After that was a 2-month hospital stay. He had a major surgery, got an ileostomy. We were back and forth in the hospital. But as we were back and forth, staying at the hospital for 2.5 years, I was studying my behind off. I began to learn the body. I began to learn herbs. I began to really understand how I could assist my child. We changed our diet completely. I got rid of endometriosis, fibroids, constipation issues, like everything changed for us. And my skin started to look clear, like a lot of things changed for us. And I began to formulate different things. And I formulated a tincture, which I call Eli's Gift, that has assisted him in staying out of the hospital. Like we go to the doctors and the doctors are just like, he's still not taking any medication. No, but he's taking this. Okay. I am self-taught. A lot of people, because I've assisted with leukemia, I've assisted with COVID-19, I've assisted with all type of digestive issues, diabetes, high blood pressure, a range of things, right? But I'm self-taught, and it's simply because, you know, you put a mom into a corner and have her baby on the other end, she's going to do whatever she can to get to that baby and make sure that baby is okay. And so that is my journey, you guys. That's what has gotten me to where I am today. And so the video that everybody is talking about right now is a video where I was speaking about, I had a client's blood work and I was just realizing how it was a pattern in which I would see clients come to me and they would say that their blood work was fine. My doctor told me my blood works are fine, keep doing this, but I don't feel like I'm getting the help that I need, so I'm here. And I would go over it and I would see like, no. This medication is causing these symptoms that you're experiencing right now. And I would explain it to them. And so in the video, I was extremely irate because my previous 4 clients, plus the one I was talking about in the video, had similar issues, and where they were being told to take this slew of medications. They start off with one and it always, you know, snowballs into multiple medications. And I was just sick of it, y'all. I seen Sister Angela was struggling earlier with cursing. To me, it's just a word, okay? Like if I say flip you and with enough aggression, you're going to be ready to, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be ready to tussle, okay? You're going to be ready to tussle because you understand the energy that's put behind it, right? So for me, I'm okay with little curse words every now and again. So I was pissed, okay? I was pissed, you guys, because I'm just sick of seeing the same shit. I'm sick of seeing the same cycle. I'm sick of seeing people being taken advantage of. And the thing that I always like to do wherever I go, whenever I talk about these topics, is to give the disclaimer that a lot of doctors just don't know. Okay, they work for a system that is there to teach you, to tell you that the system is there to keep people sick, right? It's there to keep people sick. It's there because that's what feeds the system. If I can consistently give you things that are just going to band-aid this while it slowly gets worse, and then give you more medication on top of more medication, that if you look up the symptoms to your medications, you guys, which we don't do as a Black community, we do not. We go in and we sit there and we nod to whatever the doctors say. We don't ask questions. We don't know how to get them to see us as a peer. And so that's what I teach people how to do, is pretty much how to take the authority, you know, take your healthcare into your own hands and become the lead authority of your healthcare team. And then I equip you with the knowledge necessary to be able to lead that pathway. Because our job when we go into the doctor's office is not to just nod and take whatever it is that they have. Our job is to ensure that they are working for us, right? Okay. A lot of people don't understand that because we're paying the insurance. You hired that doctor. You can fire that doctor. If that doctor is not willing to answer your questions, if they are not willing to be thorough, if they're not willing to come down off of their high horse from speaking medical terms and speak layman's terms to you so that you can understand what it is that they're speaking of that's happening in your body, so that you can understand why they're giving you the prescriptions that they're giving you, so that you can understand what your diagnosis or prognosis is. I tell my clients all the time, take the diagnosis, not the prognosis. Okay. The difference is the diagnosis could be, okay, ma'am, you have cancer. The prognosis is you got such and such amount of time to live. Okay. Or your life is going to be like this forever. Okay. I'm diagnosed narcoleptic. 99% of people don't know. Only people in my close life know. Okay. And it's because I did not take the prognosis. I didn't take the prognosis. I'm not living my life that way. I am not living my life restricted. That is not what Spirit has designed for me. It is not, and I don't receive it. And so that is what I teach my people. I teach people to, one, be educated so that you can go into the doctor. If you guys text AS King to 901-329-8561, you will receive what's called the Sheet to Leading Authority audio. I did an audio, a Clubhouse way back when Clubhouse was getting it. I did an audio.
One more time, because it went really quick. They may not have got it.
Okay, I'm from Memphis, so I be going. So y'all slow it. Okay, 901-329-8561, and to that number you're gonna text ASKING. Okay. And it's going to let me know that you came from Miss Angela's show, and you'll be able to download the From Sheet to Leading Authority audio. And it was me and a sister that is a nurse. Okay. She has been in the industry for over 12 years, I believe. And she now has her own, we partner with her as well. She is a phlebotomist, and she does blood work here in the city for our clients. So we did an actual Clubhouse that teaches you how to pretty much go from a sheet to the doctor's eyes to their lead authority. When I go to the doctor, it's not, well, this is this, and this, and then we go out. It's like, well, Mom, I think that such and such and such and such is happening. What do you think? What have you been noticing? I lead the show at the doctor. Why? Because I'm with me 24/7. Okay. I'm with me 24/7. I know, I feel all of this stuff 24/7. Okay. There is no invalidating me, baby. You ain't going to shut me up. You ain't going to convince me that what I'm talking about is BS, because I will fire your ass. I understand my power. Okay. And so I don't have those issues when it comes to my children. I'm the A school cone. Okay. You are part of my healthcare team. And this is not to minimize doctors, because they work extremely hard. Okay. They work extremely hard. I work my behind off. The work that I do is hard. And so the capacity that they do, I have the freedom to move how I want to. They have all of these stipulations, and then they got the big bear that's telling them, you talking too much. You better be quiet. I'm gonna fire you. Okay. That's big pharma. Okay. So they have all these stipulations that they have to deal with. Okay. So their job is extremely hard. I'm not minimizing doctors at all. So don't go in there thinking that, like, you don't know nothing. I can say what I want. I can do what I want. You want to respect them. But the thing is, you want that respect to be reciprocated. And that's what I'm saying. Okay. You want it to be reciprocated. So you'll get that audio, and it'll teach you how the things that you need to do to prepare for your doctor's appointment, how you can research and understand a little bit about what's going on so you can ask the proper questions. Okay, how you can be prepared to go into the doctor's office and have them actually looking at you eye to eye and answering the questions and giving you what it is that you need to ensure that you have proper health care. Okay, all of this abusing, all of these extra prescriptions. I hear clients all the time, yeah, they gave me this. If you guys go to my page and look at the comment section on that video, you will see, okay, you'll see so many people like, these people had me taking something, and it clearly said, the first thing when I looked it up says, don't take this if you have. Okay, they have so many different people that they're treating, you guys, so many. All right. And so it's impossible. It's almost impossible for them to focus on one person. So we have to take our health into our hands. We have to educate ourselves. We have to understand how to interpret our blood work. Okay. What do these things mean? How can I be proactive in my healthcare so that when I see something out of line, because they just go based off of the computer, and a lot of times they just ignore it as well. So if I see that my RDW, your red blood cell distribution if I see that thing is getting sky high, then I know that what comes after that is a stroke or a heart attack. Okay.
So not to interrupt you, because I know it's a lot of information to try to get in at one time. But the people in the comments, they're asking, they want to know, what's your YouTube channel? Yes, how can they contact you? And they're also saying, guys, that Kanye West is live right now on YouTube, and he's giving out game on how to come up. So we want to definitely go join Kanye's live and see what he's talking about. But give us that information. What's your YouTube channel, and how can they find you? Okay, my YouTube is Royalty Holistics. Okay. Follow me on Instagram, and it'll lead you to everything. Okay. So since we cut on time, our Instagram is Royalty Holistics. Okay. Royalty Holistics with an S. All right.
And then if you text that number, you'll be able to get access to me as well. Our website is www.royaltyholistics.com, and you'll be able to see I give away free information all the time. And so you'll be able to understand everything that you need to understand.
Thank you so much. I just posted it. I think I'm going to put it right up here. Is that it at the bottom? Nope, that's wrong. It's got an extra L. Hold on. Take that one out. Hold on.
Extra A.
Yeah, the extra A. Right. Royalty. Okay.
HOLISTICS.
Royalty Holistics.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. There we go. That's it.
Awesome.
Holistics, everybody. You all make sure you go find this awesome. Go follow the sister.
Thank you so much,
ma'am. Royalty Holistics. Thank you so much. And don't forget to text that number and put in the code asking, because this is what the ask show, and we just asking, ASKING. Sister, I will be in touch soon. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
Everybody, yes, we will bring her back so she can give us some more information. Everybody, y'all make sure y'all go follow that sister right now. It's down at the bottom, Royalty Holistics. Go to her IG right now and go follow her. Tanisha, some people are saying, can you go live on your channel? So I guess some people are going to come over there because I'm actually going to get ready to close this stream out. But she is a doctor, y'all. I think she might got to go to work today. But y'all need to go follow Royalty Holistics so you'll be able to keep up with her because she says everything adds there. Now, let me add Tamika and OG Patrice. You guys are waiting in the background. We covered a variety of topics. Talk to us this morning.
Good morning.
Good
morning, Miss Angela.
Hey, how are you?
I am awesome. How are you this morning?
I'm wonderful. Talk to us.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, I have 3 points and I'll let you go. I want to say thank you. Your work is fantastic, though people may not, they see what they want to see, but when they hear you speak, they need to really listen to what you got to say instead of what they perceive. And so, as a Black woman, we have to fight those stereotypes and things that people try to place on us in order for them to actually hear our words. So I just want to say salute to you because you really out here doing the work of Jesus, okay? You really out here doing the work, and I see you and I support you and I lift you up right now. For real, for real. I am rooting for you.
They saying the Kanye live thing is a scam, y'all. They saying don't go over there, but
Lord.
Talk to us. We had a lot of topics we discussed this morning. Go ahead. I'm gonna go check on my food right quick. Y'all go.
Okay. So one of the topics.
What happened? She stopped talking. What happened? OG Patrice, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I can't hear her anymore.
All right, well, go ahead and take it. Welcome to the show, OG. Talk to us.
Hey, good morning, sis. Good morning, chat. Yes, listen, I have been listening to your stream. I've been listening to other streams, but I do want to say this as a Black woman, a Black American. We don't have to agree on everything that brother is saying, that brother Kanye West is saying. But like I said on some platforms yesterday, and I said, what I won't do, I won't censor this man and I won't cancel this man because he's saying something that I don't agree with or don't like. I don't like the fact that he said what he said about George Floyd and didn't have the facts of how George Floyd died. And as a sister, we have a right as a community to call him out on that, right? And say, yo, get it right. You wrong, dude. You what you spoke was wrong. It was incorrect. He actually died of cardiopulmonary from the pressure of that knee being on his neck. What you saw was a knee on the neck, Kanye. I don't know where you get his neck wasn't really on. His knee wasn't really on his neck. That's not true, bro. Like, we have a right to check him, call him out on what he got wrong, some of the things he's saying, the whole White Lives Matter t-shirt. If you don't like that, yeah, you can say I don't like that shit. But what I will not do is censor my brother and cancel my brother, because the fact of the matter is he is speaking truth and facts about certain powers that be that he has come in contact with that controls the narrative, that controls things that is, listen, JP Morgan Chase.
Let me say something, Tamika. I didn't mute you on this end. You're still in the screen. So Maybe you muted yourself. I don't know, but it's showing you and it's showing that your mic is not muted. So maybe you might need to check your connection. Go ahead, OG. Keep going.
Yeah, just like the whole situation now with them shutting all his businesses down and not want to do business. JP Morgan Chase want him to come get his money out. You know what? Brothers, start your own banking system. Start your own black-owned bank and give black people better opportunities when it comes to mortgage loans and all those fees that these other banks charge us. But we will rock with you if you do that. You understand? Because he's speaking some truth. And if I had money in JP Morgan Chase, if I banked with them, I would take my money out. Because if they shutting that brother down, guess what they can do for hardworking everyday people like me and you? They can shut us down. They can shut us up. They can try to silence us. They can try to censor us. So when we allow that to happen, it's just like when your family member disappoints you, you get into it with them, y'all fuss and fight. Y'all can do that as a family, but bet nobody else come in trying to do it to your family. That's the attitude and the code we need to be on when it comes to this brother. What I will not do is censor him, and I will not cancel him. Now, mind you, I'm older, so I don't rock with his wear apparel and things and stuff like that. Anyway, I don't wear that. But I'm just saying, as a community, as a black person in America, we should not acquiesce into the bullshit of the narrative that he actually said. Watch, the people, the powers that be, are going to try to turn my own people against him. He said those words on Drink Chat. We need to pay attention because everything he's saying is not wrong about who is trying to control you, who is trying to control what you do, what you say, how you act about your children. Nobody paid attention when he talked about the abortion and how a lot of the left wings and the Democrats are pushing abortion and trying to kill the black babies. See, nobody want to talk about that part when he said that on Drink Champ. See? So you got to understand and listen. No, the brother ain't all right, but he ain't all wrong either. So we need to stick with this brother as a community and not allow him to be censored nor canceled. We can call him out. We could check him on some bullshit, but no way. I ain't throwing that brother away.
And sometimes we need to check a couple of things. Tamika, I see you. Thanks for joining us. We need to check a couple of things because me as a Black Republican, I need to let people know that we got balance. Like, yeah, we all Black Republicans and we are all running on the same policies. But there are some of us that don't necessarily agree that, the police aren't responsible for the death of George Floyd. And it's important for some of us to begin to speak up about that so we can make sure that we kind of keep the peace and let you know that even though we Black Republicans, we're not monolithic. We don't all have the same thought. So you're right. We let it be known, hey, Kanye, brother, we with you. We don't agree with that part, but we with you on this. But the canceling of Kanye, I'm totally against as a community. We need to stand behind Kanye West. People say stuff we don't like all the time. But one of the things that you said, OG Patrice, which is so important, you said, let's stop talking about it and do it, right? So Kanye never forgets to mention that he is the richest Black man in America. With that being said, Kanye, start your own bank for us. Let's go ahead and build this Black city. In fact, let's just go ahead and buy one of these islands that they got for sale. All of us can migrate there and begin our own government and establish our own morals and values as to how we want to live. Tamika, you've been trying to get in for a minute.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay, yes. So I agree with our sister above. Like, I'm not in the business of silencing another Black man. I feel like there's a lot of Black men out here trying to get their voices heard, and people just take them as jokes. They're not listening to them, and I'm not in support of that. But I do want to be vigilant, and be remembrance of Kanye. He fickle. Sometimes he be saying the right things, and then other times I be like, I don't know, Kanye, I don't know. So I don't know if he's necessarily going to potentially try to run and politics and things of that nature. But like Angela said, he's a billionaire. You got all this money. Okay, let's start putting your money where your mouth is. Let's start starting some incentives and things of that nature, starting some programs, if you really want to support your community and things of that nature. Let's really be about it. Let's stop talking about it and let's be about it. So yes, I agree with that. I'm not in the business of silencing Kanye, but I do got my eyes on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching him. I'm listening to him. I'm not about to be enamored just because he's Ye. You know what I'm saying? He can spit bars all he want, but baby, I'm still listening to what you got to say. So yeah, I agree with I'm not putting Kanye down. I'm not checking him completely out, but I'm watching him. Another thing, I got cut off, and I didn't think it was you, Angela, but you know when you start talking about certain things, they'll start to happen.
Right.
I was saying, my original point up here that I was saying was that we need to be careful as Black people and watch how everybody continues to use our political vehicles that is for our success for their private agendas. They like to underhandly put sneaky things in our bills, and in the few things that we have gotten, aka the civil rights movement and the civil rights bills and the acts and all of those things, the Title IX and all of the titles that we received, they were presented for Black people for our protection, but really there's underlying things underneath that, and that's what the bill you was reading about earlier is one of those another agenda.
The Civil Rights Act that was meant for us, they are now amending it.
Yes.
And that's why I said they took our civil rights movement and rolled it up into the rainbow. It is no longer about being discriminated against because of the color of your skin. Now it's all about being discriminated against because of your sexual preference. And sexual preference should be in the bedroom.
I agree. I 1000% agree. I am not against the ABC community. I think that as an adult, you have the right to choose who you want to be with, who you want to sleep with, and all of those things. But when it does come to the children, I am 1000% with you, Angela. We need to protect our children. There's a lot of, I feel like parents are absent, which is why we can have stuff like that on the school bus happen, because you ain't in the house whooping their asses. They need their ass whooped. Their last kid on that damn bus.
On that school, OG Patrice. Now that video on that school bus was absolutely horrible. These kids get out of school. Y'all done took this lady and kicked the lady off of the bus. Shout out to my brother Kwame Brown. Somebody said Kwame was up in here. What up, bro?
I didn't see it. I didn't see the video.
It was at the beginning. I tried to hop on Kwame Live last night. He was going off on everybody. He was like, get out my doggone back studio. I ain't in no good mood. I said, okay, let me get out the back studio then. Ain't no sense in me trying to come in with, we shall overcome. But y'all listen, on a good note, because we discovered a lot of stuff today. We took a look at a lot of stuff. One of the things that we know we're doing with as a community, we standing with Kanye. We're not standing with the establishment to tear him down. We're not going to do that. That's what we cannot do. We standing with Kanye, and we standing to say that freedom of speech need to be kept alive, and freedom of thought needs to be kept alive, because the minute that you begin silencing people, then we no longer have all the information that we need. So we're not standing with that. But y'all, let me show y'all some of the progress. And we're not completely done, but everybody is asking, when Kanye and everybody is talking about what is going on with the Black maternal health crisis, with this attack on Black life, I want y'all to know that this is what we are working on. Auntie Angie's house. You guys can go visit the website, auntiangiehouse.com. No, it's not complete, but this is what we're all about, because life matters. Them telling us that our women just dying 3 times likely to white women, while Octomom having 8 babies at a time, that's just not going to work. But let's talk about this for a minute. Auntie Angie's house is a 1929 Victorian-style home. It sits in the heart of the historic and landmark King District in Atlanta, Georgia. Auntie Angie's house is a 9-bedroom, 9-bathroom oasis for pregnant women with an unplanned pregnancy, no family support, and modest or no education, but have a dream. Their dream is to honor the life of their unborn child. The 6,000 square foot, 3-story safe house will boast of 9 bedrooms, in-suite, a chef's kitchen. This is Alvida's kitchen, because y'all know my godmother, she's the one who brought me the pro-life movement, and she's also a chef. It'll have a parlor, a physician's exam room, spacious dining, an educational training room, community space, and transportation to nearby houses of worship, medical facilities, and educational programs. Auntie Angie's house will provide life skills and occupational training for its female occupants during and after pregnancy to ensure its guests are fully equipped for motherhood and the workplace. Now, you guys have been asking how you can get involved. There are several ways you can get involved. We're going to have cleanup days once a month, starting next month, where we're going over there and we're cleaning it out, getting everything gutted, getting ready for the remodels. You guys can donate by donating labor. You can come in and donate your time. We're looking for building materials. If you are interested in becoming a community partner, you can contact us to schedule a tour, okay? The American King Foundation is the owner of Auntie Angie's house, and it is a 501c3. Your donations and in-kind donations are tax deductible. And here I am pictured with some of my babies that God blessed me to save from abortion. The founder of Auntie Angie's house and president of the American King Foundation, Angela Stanton King, is no stranger to the feeling of desperation mixed with hope during pregnancy. She is known worldwide for serving time in prison with an unplanned pregnancy. Although facing hardship, she chose life and gave birth to her child while chained to a bed with the sheriff watching. After spending several years serving her community under the watchful eye of her godmother, Evangelist Alveda King, the niece of the late Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., Angela later received a full unconditional pardon from President Donald Trump, and he made it illegal to chain incarcerated women during childbirth. Angela has never forgotten her own experience. Her journey brought her to this moment, a beacon of light and hope for other women with nowhere to turn, chained to their circumstances, uneducated, in poverty, and told abortion is the only answer. Baby, abortion is not the only answer. Auntie Angie is here. Angela has a history of ministering to women with unplanned pregnancies and is now considered godmother to 68 babies whom she had a hand in being born and not aborted. Everybody, welcome to Auntie Angie's house. Y'all know I speak out a lot on Black Lives Matter, but as you can see, all my babies are not Black. All the babies need to live. This is a part of our board right here, just so you guys know. There's me, my mama King. There's our attorney, civil rights attorney, Mark Little. There is Mercedes Smith, our program director, Travis Cochran. Many of you may know Crystal Jordan. She's an executive director. Antonio Screen, y'all might remember Antonio Screen. He played the pastor when we did New Black City, when Kwame and I and everybody else and Judge Joe Brown came down, and then Celeste Beal. That is our program director. So you guys can actually go over there. There's a volunteer form where you can submit to volunteer. You can also email us if you want to schedule a tour, if you guys would like to be involved in any type of way to learn about more about how you can help build the historic home and keep the dream alive. Go over to Auntie Angie's house. And of course, right there, you guys can see in the upper corner where you guys can support. So you guys, please, please, please make sure that you sign up to be a part of this. I'm going to ask everyone to sign up to at least donate $5 a month. If we can get enough people donating $5 a month, we can get this thing going. That's not a whole lot of money. It won't put a dent in your pocket, and we can all be a part of, you know, the real definition of ancestor, the real definition of civil rights, which is saving the lives of these babies. I will see y'all Saturday, TNT Radio Live. Make sure y'all listening to TNT Radio Live every Saturday morning from 10 to 12. It's the uncensored radio. You'll be in America's living room with your favorite host, me, Angela Stanton King, where we can talk about anything and everything. Thank you to everybody that tuned in the morning. Thank you to everybody that showed your support. Now, let me shout out the people that donated to the channel today, because I don't want to forget, because y'all going to stop reading me. Hold on 1 minute. Let me go in here. YouTube, let me see who donated on YouTube. Let's go. Let me look. Janita Dixon, thank you. Kenner Whitley, thank you. Yasun, thank you. Marcus Lindsay, thank you. Jamar, thank you. Darth Low IQ, thank you. Always supporting. Jamel Lee, thank you. Rodney, thank you. Chrissy Lapella, thank you. Jessica Evans, thank you. Tahira O, thank you. An enlightened journey, more meals. Thank you so much. YouTube, We'll be back soon with another show. Y'all make sure y'all go follow that sister, Royalty Holistics. Peace. AuntieAngie'sHouse.com. Head over there. Shout out to my brother Kwame for always showing his support. See you guys later. Bye. Bingo, I got to